It's time for an inside look at the most powerful motorsport on the planet. WFO Radio NHRA Nitro. This is WFO Radio.
Hey everybody, WFO Radio is back. We are getting ready for the Amalie Oil NHRA Gatornationals. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Castello, you said there wasn't going to be a whole bunch of pre-Gatornationals hype interviews. And the answer is, yeah, I did say that. But then I decided that that was unacceptable, that I had to get out there and start hyping. I had to crank up the hype machine because there's some big events that are going down and that people are going to want to be a part of, that I'm going to want to be a part of. And this is one of them. The only thing is, this is not live. For those of you that love to comment and all of that on the show and interact live, this is not going to be live. I'm getting together at a different time, different kind of vibe, a little later in the evening with one of the people who is going to be battling it out there at the Amalie Oil NHRA Gatornationals. I do want to tell you about all my sponsors. He's actually one of them. We'll tell you about them after the show, because this is all about the BURNYZZ Speed Shop Fan Fest happening on the 8th at BURNYZZ in Ocala, Florida. Joining us now, Josh Hart. What's up, Josh? How are you?
Hey, Joe. How's it going, man?
It's going great. I'm super excited. It's been a long off season. I got to tell you, I don't know how it feels for you, but the idea that we've waited all the way to March to do, any competitive drag racing seems crazy, but once we get going, it's going to be great. So give me your perspective as you get ready for the Gatornationals.
Oh, the anticipation's been killing me. We've been working our tails off in the off season. All the guys have been reassembling the new car and the new backup car, and parts are coming in like Christmas the last 3.5, 4 months. So just super anxious to get behind the wheel. Testing went really well, and that's just enough kind of to whet your appetite.
Yeah, you unloaded. First of all, been doing a great job with the social media, keeping us up on the new chassis and everything. And so as I understand it, that chassis is the first chassis that was built specifically for you, as opposed to the previous one, which was purchased, built for somebody else. Am I correct about that?
100% correct. Yeah, that was night and day difference. We went out there, and I don't know if it was the angle that I was sitting and just all the controls were kind of perfect. Don't want to jinx it, but I think this car and I are going to get along real well.
Well, that makes sense. It makes sense regardless of what it is. You get a suit made, you buy off the rack. That's one thing. You have it made for you and your body. It's going to be even better. That's got to be true for every individual who drives a top fuel car. Nobody's exactly the same.
Yeah, it really was. Last year, I just felt like I couldn't get comfortable in the car. I don't know, again, like if I was just kind of slouched down and couldn't really get the right brake pressure feel in my hand and couldn't reach the ignition switches properly, and just found myself making a lot of errors that are not usually part of my portfolio. And this car testing first time out, we went 330, almost 331 mile an hour, literally on the first pass. And I felt comfortable. The seat, some new technology that I've never been subject to. So I was very happy about that. Because obviously safety is our number one priority, but just feel like I'm a little bit spoiled right now. So super excited to drive this thing again.
That's great. Well, excited to go back out there. You're going to the Gatornationals. We're going to talk about that. But while we got people at the beginning, like my goal with this interview is to get people out to BURNYZZ. You guys are doing a big open house out there the Wednesday before the Gatornationals, March 8th. And this is your literal open house. You're showcasing BURNYZZ Speed Shop. I'm going to flash the flyer up there for everybody just so I can read all the names. You've got a lot of past Gatornationals winners, yourself included, but Garlitz, Frank Hawley, you got the Cruiser going to be there. Like, that's awesome. Antron Brown. These people have all agreed to come out there 6 to 9, March 8th. Going to have a lot of fun there. What inspired you to do this?
I just learned so much about NHRA last year that I wanted to become a bigger part of the program. And I've always kind of looked up to Elon Warner for what he's done, right there with the Texas Speed event. And it was just awesome. I think it brought a whole lot of new attention to NHRA. And this is kind of my way to try to attempt to do something like that as well. So I think it's just a great segue to bring new people closer to the sport and hopefully teach everybody what BURNYZZ Speed Shop is all about.
Yeah, double whammy right there. No, I like Elon too. And he is, for those that don't know Elon, he's been on WFO in the past, but he's one of those behind the scenes PR guys that makes things happen out there. And he has been putting together the Stampede Speed, of course. Great job with that event. Probably hates the fact that we're talking about him right now, like most of those PR guys do. They don't want to be in front of the camera. They want to be behind the camera making it happen.
Yeah, he's been part of our program now for the past 2 years, and don't know where I'd be without him. He's a truly good soul, and we aligned forces and seemed to hit it off. So it's going to be a good year, I think, Joe.
Excellent. No, I agree. Looking at some of the previous seasons and just putting up some photographs up there, you ran into, what some call the sophomore jinx. Like, I don't know how you want to characterize it. When you start out winning your first race, it's kind of tough from there on out, but you didn't have a bad year at all. You made some final rounds. You got some big round wins. You just came up short on those couple of thousandth of a second races that happen more often, but you said you weren't comfortable in the car. So look back at 2022 and just kind of give me your assessment. I don't think you guys ran poorly, but what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I have to go a little bit further back. 2021 was a storybook. I mean, I was literally out there just having fun, doing my thing. Always wanted to drive a top fuel car, trying to prove everybody wrong that said I could never do it. And then 2022 was like, oh man, this is just a grueling, daunting task to survive a full season. That was the first time I'd ever done it. So I learned a lot. There's a political side to this. There's the business side of this, and then you hope to hold on to that shred of fun that we all crave. But bottom line is, it's business. So I was a businessman before I ever touched a race car. So I'm ready to rock in 2023 and show you what business looks like.
I like that. Well, growing, right? If you're not growing, you're shrinking almost, and you're bringing on talent, you're adding race cars, and you're out there trying to compete. But at the same time, we just the other day, Alan Reinhart and I on the show, we kind of just listed off everybody, and everybody seems to be better and have more money and be going after it. There's not really a team that, they're backing up, right? They're not going to have a good year. It looks so challenging out there in 2023. You guys have improved, but so has everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, the competition is not to be taken lightly. Everybody is good on the tree. Everybody's got new parts and pieces stuck away in their trailers. A lot of new chassis rolling out, and a lot of veteran drivers are up in their game too. So it's like you can't really bet on one or the other. It's kind of a toss-up right now. So just super excited, to kind of see where we stack up, because last year, obviously, we wanted more. This year, we're going to go for all of it.
I love that. So, and I've got you down as a championship contender. You have proven that you have got what it takes to go out there, but it's the consistency that is what makes the champion. Being able to go out there and have a terrible race and finish in the semifinals, right? It's amazing. Catching some breaks. You look at Steve over the years, there have been times, John Force many times over the years, vulnerable, someone smokes the tires. The stars have to align in many ways, but you got to make that happen for yourself by running well.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it is really tough. Justin Ashley, when you pull up next to him, you better be on your A game when you're looking at the Christmas tree. And you got Austin Prock, who surprised us all in Pomona, that just running crazy numbers. And obviously Brittany Force, she's constantly raising the bar for all of us to chase. So I saw some testing numbers that were just crazy, people and their speeds and ETs going even to the 8th. So just got to remember, we've got Ron Douglas, and we've got a great guy, Dave Gatterall. He's kind of stepped up for us, and then our team members are all the same. So I think the consistency, even from shop to racetrack with us, is going to be very strong this year.
That's exactly what it takes. Let's talk a little bit about Ron Douglas. Ron is he's an interesting character. I got to spend a lot more time with him last year. Did a couple of nitro schools, and just hung out in the pit a few times, and he got me up to speed on his like methodology, right? And he has got he called himself a dinosaur once, right? Like, I'm out here, I'm a dinosaur, all this technology and stuff, but the guy knows how to get the car down the racetrack. What are you guys trying to do other than, new car, new this, new that? It's going to take, what's it going to take? It's going to take low 60s this year sometimes in great weather conditions. Of course, the summer is the summer, and it's almost like two different seasons. But when it's throwdown time in the countdown, if you're going to win, you got to be able to run low 60s. And that's very hard to do.
Yeah, I truly believe that if you want to be in the top 10 in any event, you're going to have to throw down a 60 something. So it's just the evolution of the sport. It's all getting faster. Everybody's getting, proper funding, and everybody's getting sharper in every aspect of the program. So it's a great deal for NHRA. It's a great thing to kind of watch and be a part of. I'm very blessed to be a part of it, but bottom line is we got to keep up.
What do you think of the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge? It won't happen at Gainesville because we're going to be setting it up at Gainesville. Whoever makes the semifinals, they're going to race in Arizona for bonus money and bonus points. And that's going to happen at pretty much each race in each category. So it's more money, it's more points, and it's Saturday racing that matters. Most people I've spoken with are like, I want to see it happen before I venture an opinion. Where do you sit on that whole deal?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same mindset. I'd like to see it kind of play out and then form my opinion from there. So it's definitely interesting. There's a lot of new curveballs that, it seems like everybody's trying, and I'm all about getting fresh blood into this sport. So whatever we got to do to get some more eyes on us, I guess I'll participate.
Yeah. But championship points after the cutoff, I don't think everybody understands that. And I certainly hope I understand it the way I think I understand it. But we saw a funny car championship decided by 3 points. There's going to be a lot of 3-point swings just because of that Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge. And it's going to be interesting to keep up with. I wonder, are people ready to have that kind of anticipation and intensity on a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, I would say everything's on the table. I mean, you got the Pep Boys call out. Super excited about that, and the money that we make there is more than what we get if we win a race. So that's a great lure. The Stampede of Speed always throws more money. So throw in some points and some cash. I mean, you'll see everybody's true colors.
Exactly. All right, we'll do one more hit about the Fan Fest, but I want to ask you about one more thing. You put out a press release earlier this year. I'm going to show the photograph. Hopefully this is okay, but you have a new addition to your family, which I think is tremendous. I didn't really know what was going on. There's Helen, of course, Brittany. You look, you're there's another one in the family, Josh. This is very exciting as your family grows along with your race team. How did this all come together?
So crazy story. We are big advocates for adoption. We submitted what's called a profile book, which is basically a very in-depth job application. And we were told when we submitted it that, it could take up to a year before we're selected. So just like everything in our life, it happens very fast. We were picked in 5 days, and we were told that he was to be born in 2 weeks. So start to finish, this was a 3-week endeavor. And you can tell by the picture that I was kind of half out of it because I went on like 42 hours, no sleep, but just a big blur. It was a beautiful thing that happened there, and definitely open to any question regarding adoption. It's completely changed our lives. We're very blessed. So huge supporter of anything that involves adoption.
That's an interesting, there's so many different good things that people can be involved with and advocating for. We certainly have so many of them out there at the NHRA. And adoption isn't necessarily unique, but I just don't hear a lot of people talking about it. And I think you're kind of filling a void because it's very necessary. It's such a good thing when good people can take a child in and give it a life and love it and raise it and make another drag racer. We got another one.
Yeah, I said a long time ago I wasn't a second-generation drag racer, so I guess I'm trying to make a couple.
I like it. All right, we don't want to keep you forever. This is really just a big commercial, right? We're talking about BURNYZZ Speed Shop. We're talking about March 8th, 6 to 9. What are you going to have there? Pitch it, because I know that I'm going just to see BURNYZZ, honestly. Like, I want to see BURNYZZ. Going to jump on the mic. We're going to have a little fun. We've got a great crowd. Cruz Pedregon, Antron Brown, all these winners. Garlitz loves you. All kinds of good stuff. But you tell us what's intriguing, because it is a 50-minute drive, right, from Gainesville. That's not a lot. And anybody coming north, they're going to get there right on the way. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to see at the BURNYZZ Fan Fest.
Well, right now we've got 25 drivers, so obviously that's our big lure. But BURNYZZ is a whole lot of classic cars under one roof, hot rods, iconic toys, anything horsepower. So you can check out our service department, you can check out our showroom. But the moral of the story is just want to do something cool with NHRA and have a good time, low key, enjoy some food, get a signature from your favorite driver, and totally free to the public. So just an awesome warm-up prelude, as we're calling it, to the Gatornationals.
Love it. No, I love it. I think it is going to be great. There's so much going on with the Hall of Fames and now this, filling a void on Wednesday. I'll be getting up there. I'll be heading up from Fort Lauderdale area on Tuesday. And so this fits right in, and I will definitely see you there. Final question. This is going to be tough. Not a tough hardball question or anything, but what would make this season a success for you? Right? Like we're amped up. Everybody started a great conversation with somebody. Nobody comes out of testing saying, I think we're going to run like crap. Everybody feels really good about the start of the season, but give me some numbers that you would walk away from this season and say, good third year.
I would say top 5 finish, 2 or 3 Wallies, super grateful for all of the laps and just more seat time, trying to get comfortable in this car. I think this car in particular and I are going to get along just fine. So hopefully we keep it for a while and, just continue to learn, continue to grow, keep our team together and see what kind of damage we can do in the winning category.
Very, very good. Josh, thank you very much. I'll let you get back to your fam. Of course, we'll keep hammering on folks to head out to BURNYZZ on March 8th, part of the Gatornationals. A lot of people are heading north on the turnpike. And how far are you from Garlitz, right? You said like 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, approximately 10 minutes. So it's not that far. And I promise you won't be disappointed. If you like anything cars, it's the place to go. That's it. And there's nothing else going on in town on Wednesday, so you might as well get out there. I know several of the Lucas Oil Series racers that'll be racing at the Baby Gators going to come down, already hearing about it, so let's make it a big event. Josh, thank you very much. Thanks for spending a little time putting it on. And yes, being a part of the NHRA, creating events for fans that want to come hang out. We're going to have a good time. Thank you, Joe. Always good to be on WFO.
Thank you for being a WFO supporter, by the way. I greatly appreciate that. Let's do some winter shows this year.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. There he goes. Josh Hart with us here on WFO Radio. All right. Here are the particulars, guys. 1 Aspen Road, Ocala, Florida, 34480. That's the address. You put it into your GPS. You get on up there and you are there. Wednesday, March 8th. And the time, it's really 6 to 9. But the autograph session is going to be 7 to 8. That matters. If you're expecting an autograph, don't get there at 9:30. It's pretty simple as that, right? But Frank Hawley and Spencer Massey and Justin Ashley, and he said 25 drivers, which they're not all fitting on that flyer right there. But that is very exciting, and I'm super excited about the Gatornationals. And so this is yet another great piece of content as we get ready to a little season preview with Josh Hart and, of course, BURNYZZ Speed Shop, American Classic Horsepower. Love the fact, and they are supporters of WFO Radio. Really appreciate Josh doing that. Want to remind everybody, in the archive, Daryl Gwynn, another Florida drag racer, DG, inducted into the Motorsport Hall of Fame of America. Daryl Gwynn. Just got to get that level just right. Yeah. Thanks to Josh, of course. And remember, everybody, the BURNYZZ Fan Fest is kicking it all off. Got Garlits on Thursday night after Hardcore Thursday of the Baby Gators. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Amalie Oil NHRA Gatornationals. Race 1 going to be on Fox. Big Fox. Super excited about that. And we've done everything except for burn some rubber. And that's what we're about to do. It's going to be a year like, who's going to win this deal? Thinking about the journey that we're about to go on, to embark on. Starting in Gainesville, ending in Pomona. In November, it'll be the Auto Club Finals. Cars will be pulling into the water box. And who's it going to be? And Josh Hart go out there and win a championship with Ron Douglas. Like, wow, how amazing would that be? Is Steve Torrence going to fight back? Is it going to be Brittany back-to-back? Are the Coletta cars going to come out and step up and go out there and win a bunch of Wallies this year? Make up. We're about to find out the answers to all of our questions. We're about to go on this wild roller coaster ride that is the NHRA. You go on the roller coaster and you're going up that thing, and finally you get to the top where you start to crest and you look down and you realize, oh man, what have I gotten myself into? And then you end up loving every minute of it. All right, guys, that's going to do it. We'll see you at BURNYZZ. If we don't see you there, we'll see you at the Gator Nationals. WFO.